Okay, grade 3. How are you all doing? I hope you enjoyed writing your test. Okay, and I was very happy looking at the marks. That was a very easy one. Next time it is not going to be like that. Okay, so be prepared for your next test. Anyway, so today we are starting a new block. It's called block 4. Okay, so now this block is all about birds. You're going to learn about how they eat their food, how they make their homes, and how they fly. Okay, so now let's get to the first topic that we are going to do. So today we are going to learn about feathers of birds. Okay, so now you know it very well that in the entire animal kingdom, the only type of animal that has feathers on its body are birds, right? They are the only animals who have feathers on their body, and they are also the only animal that can fly. So I'm not talking about insects, of course. Okay, so the body parts of birds are mainly beak, their mouth, beak, 2 legs, wings, right? Now, do you know that the feathers of a bird help the bird in many ways? Okay, and when you look at a bird, of course it looks beautiful. The feathers have different colors. Now keep this in mind that the feathers, they do not only make the bird look good, but they also have some other functions. Okay, something that they do for the bird. Of course, it's a body part. It helps the bird in many ways. So today we are going to learn how. Okay, so a bird is covered by feathers from head to the tail. You will not find feathers on a bird on its beak and its 2 legs, 2 feet. Okay, rest of the body is entirely covered by feathers. Now birds have basically 3 kinds of feathers, 3 types of feathers. Okay, so the first one that we'll talk about is flight feather. Now the name itself, flight, the word flight means how to fly, right? So flight feathers are those feathers which help a bird to fly. Now these feathers are stronger than the remaining parts of than the remaining feathers you will find on a bird's body. Okay, these feathers are stiff and strong, and you will find flight feathers on the tail and wings, because these are the 2 main body parts that help a bird to fly, the tail and the wings. Okay, so these feathers, they are very strong so that they can push against air and go forward for the bird. Now you know that when a bird flies, it has to push its wings, right? So these flight feathers, what they do is they are strong so that they can push against the air and move forward. This is why birds have wings. These wings, birds constantly keep on flapping their wings. The reason is that they need to push the air so that their body can move forward. And this work is done by flight feathers, which you will find on the tail and the wings. Okay, the tail helps the bird to balance its body and to take different directions. Okay, so these are the functions, or this is the function of flight feathers. Now there are other feathers that cover all the parts. You will find the body of a bird is covered by body feathers. Simple name, body feathers. And these feathers actually cover the entire body of the bird. Okay, starting from their head, except the tail and wings. You will find it on the chest, on the back, everywhere. The main function of this feather is to cover the body of the bird. Okay, now the third type is down feathers. Now as the name is down feathers, these feathers are much more fluffy and soft. Okay, these feathers are fluffy and very soft. these feathers are found on the chest part of the body. Okay, on the chest part of the body. So the main function of this feather is to keep the bird's body warm. Flight feathers are stiff, a little hard, okay, and strong. Compared to that, down feathers and body feathers are much more softer. Okay, so flight feathers help a bird to fly. Body covers, they cover the entire body of the bird. And down feathers, they are usually found near this chest part of the bird. And these feathers are much more soft and fluffy, and they keep the bird's body warm. Okay, so these are some functions of feathers that that a bird makes use of. Okay, so now see different types of feathers, and they have different functions. Okay, without flight feathers a bird cannot fly, and these down feathers and body feathers, they cover the entire part of the body, and they help to keep the body warm. Now you also heard about birds that cannot fly, right? Such as ostrich, kiwi, penguins. Now what do you think? Do you think that I told you just now that if they do not have flight feathers, they cannot fly? But do you think these birds have flight feathers, or what happened? Why they cannot fly? There has to be a reason behind it, right? Why do you think? Do you think that they don't have flight feathers? Do penguins have flight feathers actually? Do they have any kind of feathers on their body? I don't think so, right? And penguins are very good at what? Penguins are very good at swimming. Okay, not all birds can swim, keep this in mind. Even if they cannot fly, they are very good swimmers. Now the thing with this kind of flightless birds is that after many years of changes in their body, and when I'm saying many years, it does not mean 2 years or 3 years. I'm talking about thousands of years of changes in their body made them they lost their ability to fly. Actually, you can say that they do not, some of them do not have the correct shape of wings, some of them have very heavy bodies, and some of them they just, all of these flightless birds in some way or the other lost their ability to fly. They cannot fly anymore. Okay, and this is because changes that happened in their body for thousands of years. Okay, and see, these kind of changes do not happen only with birds, it happens even with other animals. So now, but keep this in mind, see, other birds can fly, but these birds, they cannot fly. But they are, even though they cannot fly, they have developed some different kind of skills which make them better in different areas. A penguin, an excellent swimmer, even though it cannot fly, right? It can live in temperatures which are like penguins live in places where there is only snow and ice. This is also a sign of adaptability. They can adapt. They got adapted to that situation. Other birds, they will die in that kind of weather, but penguins, they will not die. Okay, this is also a very good physical trait that they have developed. Ostrich, an ostrich cannot fly. Why does it matter? It is the fastest animal on land. Okay, with its powerful, strong legs, an ostrich can easily kill an animal. It can outrun any animal or any vehicle that we see around us. So, does it really matter that they cannot fly? They definitely cannot fly, but their bodies have developed some other skills because of which they have become much more better in a different way. Of course, they cannot fly. They are still birds, but then they are better in, they have evolved in such a way that they have got different skills. Okay, so so now you know that feathers, and keep this in mind, feathers, you will see feathers in different colors, in different shapes, and in different size. Okay, some of the bigger birds will have bigger feathers, smaller birds will have small feathers. Now feathers also come in different colors. For example, a peacock, it has beautiful colors in its feathers of blue, red, green, very beautiful, right? You will see different colors on a on a parrot. Now you know that feathers are not just for show. They have a set of functions which help a bird to live and to fly. Very, very important. Now keep this in mind. The body of a bird is designed in such a way that it's very light. The body itself is very light. Do you know that birds have hollow bones? It means inside their bones there's nothing, which makes their body very, very light and easy to fly. If their bodies were very heavy, it would be hard for them to take themselves off the ground. That's the reason why they have this body shape, and they have a very light body which helps them to fly. Okay. Okay, let me tell you something very interesting. You have heard about zoologists. You have heard about different kinds of people who study about animals. Do you know that there are people who actually study about birds? So these people are called ornithologists. Okay. Now there was a very famous ornithologist. His name was Dr. Salim Ali. He was an Indian. Okay. Now he's a very world famous ornithologist. He used to spend his days just looking with his binoculars, just looking at birds, studying them. How do they eat their food, what kind of features do they have on their body, how do they lay eggs, how do they breed, where do they like to how do they like to change their place from one place to other, and all those kind of things. Okay, so those who study birds are called ornithologists. Okay, they spend their time studying about different kinds of birds. They love to do that. So I hope you got an idea about this topic. Anyway, if you are still unclear, you can rewatch the video again, and please, it's a request, make sure that you watch the entire video and then you try the worksheet. If you first jump to the worksheet, you may get confused in between. Okay, so watch the video and then try to do your worksheet. Okay, have a good day.